In this video, we're going to begin looking at polar coordinates. And in this question, we're going to convert the given equation to Cartesian coordinates. So we've been given r is equal to -2 times cosine of theta. So three equations or formulas that you're going to want to keep in mind when working with polar coordinates include r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared, which reminds me of the Pythagorean theorem. So we're using a little bit of our trig here. Yeah, and in trig, we related x to cosine. So x is equal to r times cosine theta. And similarly, y was related to sine. So y is equal to r times sine of theta. So we want to eliminate our r's and our thetas and turn those into our Cartesian coordinates, our x's and our y's. Now, one trick that we will, it's not a trick, one technique that we'll often use is we're going to try to get to r squared. So we're going to take this equation and multiply the left side by r. Well, r times r is r squared. And multiply the right side by r. Now, let me put my coefficient in front. And then we should see some familiar formulas here. We know that r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. And we know that r cosine theta is equal to x. So I guess we've converted to Cartesian coordinates, but can we do better than that? Let's move the 2x to the other side. So we have x squared plus 2x. I'm going to leave a little space here. And then add my y squared. So there's nothing left on the right side. Why did you leave that space there? So I can complete the square. So we're taking a look at 2. And half of 2 is 1. And then square that is 1. And if you're going to magically add a 1 to the left side of the equation, then you would magically add a 1, and there's no magic there, to the right side of the equation. But why are you doing that? What did we learn in Algebra 2? We learned if we complete the square, that we can factor that. So that gives me the quantity x plus 1 squared. And I have a y squared, which is equal to 1. And this is going to allow us to identify our shape. So we see that this is the setup, the formula of a circle. And we see that it has a radius of 1. And we can also identify its center. And so it has its center at -1, 0. So we've converted to Cartesian coordinates. And we've done even better of that. We've been able to identify the shape that we're working with. I'll look with any questions that you might have on the discussion board.